Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light, Season of the Lost intel. And we actually have the Festival of the Lost starting today, but that's not what I'm here to discuss. We're going to be going through the Grandmaster Nightfall for this week, which is the Lake of Shadows strike. Kind of happy to see this strike actually back in the rotation because it's probably the best strike to farm amongst all the strikes. It's definitely the quickest. It can get a little bit difficult at certain places, but it has been around for so long, so there are plenty of cheeses and glitches that you can use to get through it a bit faster. I'm going to be sharing a bunch of them with you today, sort of as I go through them. The first one is when you actually do the Blights. This is for the very first section. Do them in reverse. Don't do them one at a time as you encounter them. Actually, kill all the enemies in the area and wait till you get to the third Blight before you actually start destroying them. That's because that if you destroy the third one first rather than the first one, you can actually destroy all three before you destroy the first one, and you don't have to worry about ads spawning. They won't actually start to spawn in until you destroy the first one last. So go to the third one, then go in reverse. It'll save you a whole lot of time, whole lot of energy, and you won't have to deal with a bombardment of ads in this first section. The second glitch I'm going to discuss is an out-of-bounds enemy skip glitch. It won't really help if you were going for something like a platinum score, though you can use it to go for a platinum score. I'm just saying it wouldn't necessarily help that much because you're going to want to destroy or kill the same enemies anyway, though it does let you get a slightly better vantage point on some of the champions, but it will come in handy if you just want to do speed runs. So if you're doing a Grandmaster and you don't really care about the platinum, you're going to get good rewards anyway, and you just want to get through it as fast as possible. Even for a fast strike like this, it can up the time a little bit. What you'll do for this will be once you get into the tunnels here, you'll take out the enemies as you go down the tunnels as normal. If you're doing this solo, you'd have to at least progress down to the point at the bottom. So you'll see I'll take out these enemies. If you were doing this with a group, you could actually have one person avoid all this, though I would suggest just have all three of you help do ad control, just so you can progress to this point a little bit faster. Once you get to here, you can kill those ads if you want. There are 2 champions there if you're doing this at Grandmaster, but then you'll head back up the stairs. Make sure you don't get booped off the map. And you'll head back out of the tunnels for a brief second, just long enough to spawn a Sparrow in. And you can spawn a Sparrow once you get back to the actual door, the one that was protected by the Blight that you had to destroy. Right here. Jump on your Sparrow, and then head back into the tunnels. Come over to the left side of the tunnel, down this first flight of stairs, and over to this barred gateway, and then dismount your Sparrow as you're pincered up against it. This will allow you to get outside the map, as you can see. Head over this way. If you're on a different class, it's not a Warlock, you can jump around any way you want. There's no real death barriers in this area. And then head over to this spot, right on top of this sort of graded ceiling. Now, if you're good and you're doing it properly, you can actually just jump down right into this first corner here. It might take a few tries. As you can see, I'm pretty proficient at it. Sometimes I get it on the very first try, sometimes it takes a few. But every class can do this. You don't have to be on a Warlock. I find it's easiest to just try to, instead of landing on the roof and then trying to get into the grate, just try to land right where the grate opening is and just fall straight down from actual jumping. There's sort of a weird invisible barrier there that you have to kind of get up and over, but then you can see you can drop down inside. You'll be pass the big gantry phase, the area where you're outside, you get a bunch of champions in that area, as well as a yellow bar enemy at the end as sort of a mini boss. If you do it this way, you can actually run, as you can see, back around to the tunnel that you would normally enter. The mini boss will still be there, and you can actually shoot him through that invisible wall. Once he's dead, you can actually progress through the rest of the strike. The rest of the enemies will spawn in. When you jump down through the ceiling, initially there won't be any enemies there, and even if you go further, the enemies won't spawn, so you won't actually be able to progress. But once the yellow bar at the end of the gantry is dead, all the rest of the enemies will spawn in. This will include a champion in this room, so keep a lookout for that. Again, this is just for speedruns mostly. If you wanted a platinum score, you would then have to go back out onto the gantry from the opposite side, which does give you a little bit better vantage point, and kill the rest of the champions there. I believe there's 2 more barrier champions that should be out there. So you can just kill the yellow bar if you want and then progress forward, or you could go back out, kill the rest of the champions if you're going for that platinum Grandmaster. I just find that a lot of people who are doing the Grandmaster difficulty don't really give that much of a care about the actual platinum score, because you're going to get great rewards anyway. A lot of this is just about farming Ascendant Shards as well as the Adept weapons. So then you can basically just progress through the rest of the strike as normal. There's a little bit of a cheese spot for the boss room if you're doing it solo. If you're doing it with a group, most people just nuke the boss by throwing down a well or a bubble, and using swords has been the best strategy in the past. I can't imagine it's going to be too much different this time. Maybe something like a 1000 Voices will work out, but for the most part, I think just planting a Well of Radiance or a bubble is the way to go. But if you are doing it solo, you can head over to this side of the map and jump up onto this little wire that's extending out from the wall. Can be a little bit slippery to jump on, but not too difficult. And then up onto this spot on the right side. Now, if you're on here, you can still take damage from some adds if you're sort of a little bit more towards the front of the ledge and you're a little bit more exposed, but if you move to the back and crouch, you can actually stay out of danger. At least it's the best spot in the actual boss room. And that's going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in here helpful. Hopefully you can farm out some Grandmasters this week. It's a great week to farm. Hopefully everybody enjoys the Season of the Lost as well. If you've made it this far, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on all post notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. All of those things enter you into any future giveaways on the YouTube channel. The next one will be at 55,000 subscribers. We're giving away a Witch Queen seasonal pass. I believe it's the seasonal pass, whatever the DLC is for that entire next season. I think we should probably be around 55 by the time that launches, so as always, I am Wilhelm Scream, and of course, if you've made it this far also, leave a hashtag Beyond Light or a hashtag Season of the Lost or a hashtag Lake of Shadows in the comment section down below. That'll give you one extra entry into that giveaway. Remember, those stack between all videos, so if you haven't done a previous piece of content on this channel, go back, check out another video, and of course do it again. But I will see you next time.